Hi everyone, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm here today to show you a really beautiful Christmas card idea that I'm going to create with the help of my Big Shot and a couple of framelits packs and the Merry Mistletoe stamp set. I love this stamp set because they're solid images, so that means you can just ink up, stamp, and go. And it's really cute too. I think it has quite a Scandinavian flavor to it. My card base is going to be garden green. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5, scored it on my Simply Scored tool at the 4 1/4 mark, and that's going to be my card base. And then to that, I'm going to attach a couple of pieces. I have the Be Merry Designer Series paper and a piece of leftover crumb cake. Actually, this combination I'm going to show you, if you hang in until the end of my video, I'm going to show you a second card idea and how you can get the instructions for that as well. So I'm going to attach the Be Merry paper to the crumb cake cardstock. And these are actually going to be the colors of everything else. So my colors in the Designer Series paper are guiding the colors for everything else for the card. And then I'm going to go ahead and layer this and put it on the card front. So there we go. Got a great start. And now it's time to do some stamping and some die cutting. The next thing I'm going to do is create a phrase for the front of my card. I'm going to use the Christmas Wishes image from the Merry Mistletoe stamp set, and I'm going to ink it in Cherry Cobbler, because that is one of the colors in the Be Merry Designer Series paper. I'll set that aside to dry, or I'll clean it later. And then I am going to ink up the reindeer image from the same stamp set, and I'm going to show you a cool trick. So I'm going to ink up the reindeer. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp him off, and then I'm going to stamp him right on top of the image that says Christmas Wishes. And that way you can see the reindeer, but it's not competing with the phrase itself. And that's why I stamp off and then stamp on. So it's called generation stamping. First generation, second generation, and so forth. All right, now I'm going to bring in my Big Shot and I'm going to die cut some layers for my card. So I've got a scrap piece of crumb cake and I've got one of the stitched shapes framelits. And then I'm going to bring in this phrase, and I've got one of the layering circles framelits. And I'm going to combine these two together to create a layer for my card front. All right, so here's my sandwich, magnetic platform, bottom standard cutting pad. I've got my cardstock with the framelits, top standard cutting pad. Hold it in place and then just run it through. And this image will sit perfectly inside the stitched shapes framelit piece that I cut out. All right, so I think what I'm going to do though, you know me and my Stampin' Dimensionals. I always have my Stampin' Dimensionals sitting close by, as I like to pop things up. I just think it adds a more professional touch maybe, or maybe a more interesting touch. All right, so I put 2 Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my phrase and then attached it to the crumb cake layer. And then what I'm going to do is attach it to my card front. If I was to attach it this way though, it really kind of disappears into the background because that Designer Series paper is so vivid. So let's try this. I'm going to bring in a strip of garden green, and I'm going to put this strip right across the card front that's the same length as the designer series paper. And now when I adhere this on, you can really see it. It stands out a lot better. So if you have conflicting images and designs in your paper, try this tip because I think it will really help your cards as well. And there we go. My Christmas card is completed and ready to send to somebody special this holiday season. Now, I did promise that I would share another card idea using the same stamp set, and here it is here. I used the same designer series paper that you see on my first card. I used the Christmas wishes, and instead of putting it on a circle and adding the reindeer, I just kept it plain and I added a couple of the tree details from the stamp set. So now you've got two ideas. This one will be posted on my blog in the near future with a list of the supplies and the measurements. So make sure that you're checking my blog regularly. I post something every day for you. And for this one, you can also head over to my blog for a complete listing of the supplies and the materials I used. And also you can place an order for the products I used to make this card using the link that I've provided on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like what I do, please click like and subscribe. I'm Terry. I'll be back next week with another project idea to share just with you. Bye for now.